I'm Mona Santana. This is my daily gratitude list where I list and talk about 5 things I'm grateful for that hopefully you can relate to as well. Number 1, toasters. I'm grateful for toasters. I pretty much use a toaster every day. I don't know if you guys use a toaster every day, but I mostly do. And toasters are something that is a huge convenience, I think. They've only been around for like 100 years or something like that. It used to be like people would put the slices of bread in like a little wire thing and then they'll like put it over a fire, which isn't really ideal. But so I love that it's just so simple that you could just take a piece of bread and put it in a toaster and suddenly it's food. I mean, sure, you could just eat a piece of bread without toasting it, but it's so much better when it's toasty. So yeah, I'm grateful for toasters. Number 2, I'm grateful for avocados. I love avocados. I'm from LA, so you know it's almost a prerequisite to live in the state, and especially LA. So, but avocados are great because they're really, really healthful. They have some really good oils in it, fats and stuff. They're used for all kinds of different skincare products and hair care products, and I would even think like some kind of cleaning products. I don't know exactly, but they're a very useful fruit. And they're really tasty and they don't taste like anything else. I think they're very unique. They look very unique. They're just something you can add to a meal to make it that much better. I love putting them in salads, pretty much in any sandwich. Like, I mean, just almost anything. I love avocados. It's funny to me that when I was a kid, because my mom grew up in Brazil, even though she's Spanish, her family moved there. But anyway, so she grew up in Brazil, and so when I was growing up, the way my mom would use an avocado, she would prepare it with some lemon juice and sugar. So it was a dessert, the way she would eat it in Brazil, which I totally think is so bizarre when I think about it now. But that's how some people eat it in other parts of the world, I guess in Brazil. But so you can actually have it even as a dessert, as it turns out. A lot of people use it as a replacement in certain vegan foods, so it's very useful and it's very tasty. And guacamole is one of the world's best things that you can ever eat, just on a chip. It's like, it's great. So I can never really sing the praises of avocados enough because I love them so much. I know some people don't, but they're just wrong. Number 3, I am grateful for sleeping pills. Sometimes you gotta just take a pill to get some sleep because sometimes if your brain is running rampant and you got all kinds of things going on and you can't shut down, and for whatever reason you've just had insomnia, it's so great that you can just go to the store and you can get an over-the-counter sleeping pill, and then you'll be able to have a full night's sleep, and then you'll be able to function the next day instead of having to sort of, you know, just slog it through the day because you weren't able to get any sleep. So from time to time, sleeping pills really definitely has served their purpose, at least for me. I think probably a lot of you can relate to that because, I mean, you know, let's face it, a lot of us need help sleeping sometimes. So sleeping pills are a good thing, you know, just don't, you know, get out of control with it because that's probably not good. I don't know. So number 4, I'm grateful for Wayne Kramer. If you don't know who Wayne Kramer is, I'm going to tell you. Wayne Kramer, he was one of the co-founders of the MC5, which is a rock and roll band from the late 60s from Detroit, Michigan. And he was a really prolific person, I want to say. And he died recently, just a couple of days ago. And so I really want to just sing his praises today because I think he was somebody who was really a highly inspirational person who gave us a lot of great music. He was a political figure as well because he was an activist in many for many years and you know, in a lot of different ways. He helped a lot of people in the criminal justice system, and I really think that's fantastic because there's not really a lot of focus on rehabilitation, and so that was something that he felt really passionate about, and so he put his money where his mouth was, and he actually did something about it, and he helped so many people, and I think that's an incredibly great thing to do with your life if you have you know, the capacity to do that, and he did. You know, he also was a composer, and so he wrote a lot of soundtracks to film and television, and he also he also wrote a book called The Hard Stuff. And if you haven't read it, which, you know, I don't know that, you know, if you're super interested in this, but I think it's actually a really great read for anyone, whether or not you're into rock and roll or not. But I think, you know, it's likely that you would be. The MC5 were just such a highly influential band. I mean, you need to know the history of that if you want to know the history of rock and roll at all. And even if you don't, it's just a really great book. So anyway, it's called The Hard Stuff. I highly recommend it. So thank you, Wayne Kramer. Rest in peace. And I'm moving on to number 5 now. So the 5th thing I'm grateful for today is chapstick. I have been using chapstick since I was a kid. I use it almost every day. I love it. I reach for it all the time. And it just occurred to me that I love chapstick. It's just such a simple thing. You see it at the drugstore, you pick it up, you put it in your purse or pocket or whatever. And then you could just use it at any time when you feel like you want to, you know, moisten your lips. Like after you eat or something like that. Or, you know, you're walking around outside and the elements are getting to you, you know. But so chapstick, I think, is a really great little thing in our lives that actually is kind of a big thing, which is kind of funny because it's not something that I would imagine anyone really thinks about. So I think it's a good thing to think about the little things, and that's definitely a little thing. So today, I would encourage you to think about toasters, avocados, sleeping pills, Wayne Kramer, and chapstick. Those are the things that, if you think about them for today and just kind of focus on the small stuff like that, or, you know, some of the big things too, actually. It's actually a great way to practice gratitude daily. And then consequently, in the long run, then you raise your base level of happiness, and then you are nicer to people around you, and you feel better as a human being, and all of the good things that you can possibly ask for, really, because it's just really endless how much great stuff can come into your life the more you practice gratitude. So I hope that you can continue to join me, and I hope that you have liked and subscribed to my channel, and I hope that you have a lovely day. Thank you. Bye.